All right. Buy anything at your divine riches? I have not. I've not done anything with the divine riches. I mean, I got the Choclani's thesis, which is nice, but nothing yet. Ugh. But we're gonna stand by here. So for those of you who are just like watching the stream for like the first 10 minutes, you know, doing your little eating or just like, oh, what's the topic that Otter wants to talk about? What's going on with that? Uh, give it about 5 more minutes. We're gonna wait for people to kind of come on in, and then we'll talk about what's going down. But it's nothing bad, nothing bad at all. It's just like clear up the air, if you want to call it, because it was I was very happy. I was actually very happy with what the last video did. I was very, very happy. So we're just going to kind of stand by. I want to see some new passive tree optimizations and changes. Yep, that's going to come with gear. Once I have the gear, we're good. Hope your Wednesday's going well. It was going well until I went to the gym this morning. Fucking hurt. Oh, man. The workout this morning sucked. My body hurts. It hurts. So we'll wait until like YouTube's at like maybe like 40 or 50 viewers and call it there and be like, all right, let's go and talk about it. Did you hurt yourself so bad? No, I didn't hurt myself at all. No, not at all. There's no injuries. No injuries at all. I'm very, very good with form. I've been part of the whole like, you know, gym life. Like I have my bachelor's in kinesiology and I have a master's in human physiology and I've got like 20 different certifications for things like USA weightlifting, CrossFit, TRX, kettlebell, Pilates, like a whole thing. Like I'm very, very well educated. So no, I did not hurt myself. It's pretty rare that I do hurt myself. It does happen, just like anything else happens, but it's pretty rare because I'm really good with understanding exactly like how to do the form and stuff. I'm just sore as fuck, bro. Like it was a rough one this morning because what happened was is that like the way I split it is that like I have hypertrophy workouts and then I do CrossFit workouts as well and the CrossFit workouts don't always like to agree with what you did for hypertrophy. So like you could do a hypertrophy chest day, and then literally the next day that you go in to do CrossFit, they're like, "All right, guys, so we're gonna blow up our chest," and you're just like, "Fuck." What's the prios for start to mid? Is from nothing biggest prio? From nothing's pretty important, but I don't know if it's like the biggest priority. I don't really know. It's a good question. I have an open skill slot. I do not. Check something with that. Going to have to update the Otter profile pic to buff Otter with a ground cap with all his qualifications. Yikes. Yeah, yikes. Like I said, I have like a full-time job. So, hi, Otter, can you have your POB Ninja, the character you're using right now? Thanks. Yeah, I just updated it, actually. I literally just updated it before this. So you can go ahead and do exclamation mark build, and it will actually give you the current POB Ninja that I'm using right now. And that's not the best version. I want you to know that. It's not the best version of the build. Yeah. So take that with a grain of salt. It's not the best version of the build. But hopefully it'll like, if you're not here yet, it'll give you somewhere to go. Started the build last night, stayed up till 5, setting it up and trying to understand it, and I love it. Good, good, good. That's what we want. That's what we want. That is what we want. Perfect, perfect, perfect. I'm actually kind of curious to see. Oh, I don't think it shows it anymore, actually. See here. Don't think it does. Yeah, maybe if I click on it, it'll show like the engagement, the analytics on the engagement. Yeah, yeah, it has like one of the lowest likes to dislike ratios. That's fine. That's fine. I'm very happy with it. Very, very happy with it. Still good. Still very, very happy with it. I am having a fantastic day so far. Thank you very much. Is there a reason you use Sacred Flame Shrine Scepter rather than something like Palm of the Dreamer? It's a great question. I actually might swap to Palm of the Dreamer. There's actually another one that I'm probably going to swap to, because once we start using Archmage, like the scaling of getting the mana on the Rare Scepter actually might be a little bit better. I might actually like shift into using a Rare Scepter with mana, which I'm pretty sure I still have, and it's still a fantastic scepter, by the way. I still have it right here. This thing is actually like dope. This thing is so good. And like the extra spirit that gives allows me to do some pretty wild shit. This gives a lot of mana. This thing gives a lot of mana. Like with all of the mana multipliers that we have, this is like 400 mana on top of just like a shitload of extra spirit. So I might run this in the future. We'll see. I want to try it, but why is Absent Amulet better than your previous amulet? The reason being is that the Absent Amulet allows us to now actually run Cast on Elemental Ailment as like the thing, and now gives us the space to run Trinity. Or Archmage. Right? You need the Absent Amulet in order to run Cast on Elemental Ailment, Cast on Critical, and then Trinity or Archmage. If you have a lot of mana, Archmage is better. If you don't have a lot of mana, Trinity is better. Now, there are some people who are kind of going the route of still running Trinity because the damage is so high, and then using like their massive fucking mana bar with Mind Over Matter to just be like their life, because you regen so much mana so fast, and you're already doing enough damage that you actually don't necessarily need Archmage, because Archmage makes your mana cost go through the fucking sky. So there are some people who believe that, like, all right, I do enough damage, I'm going to run Trinity instead, and now my mana becomes like my giga form of health because it just regens instantly, right? Like, I never go low on my mana, literally ever, so that's what I'll do. Which is always a good option as well. Okay, so we're at 40 viewers on YouTube. There's a bug with Pinnacle Power that sometimes doesn't get the timer up after it expires the current Pinnacle, but the timer still runs in the 2 backcasts. Yes, that's correct. Yeah. When running the build on Gemling, how much damage are you losing from not having the double shock proc for Arc? Not as much as you think, because the quality on the gems is just so strong. What you're really losing is the infusion generation. You just don't have as much infusion generation as Sorks. So Sorks being able to just have the amount of infusions they can naturally build is still a massive multiplier to damage, because infused spells are very strong. And Gemlings can't really mimic that power, but they can get to about 60% of that power with their Verisium charges with their gear. So essentially what's happening is that Gemlings are trying to make up for the infusion generation that Stormweavers have, and Stormweavers are trying to make up for the amount of the quality and skills that the Gemlings have. So it's not necessarily one's better than the other, they're just two different ways of playing the same build. Whatever happened to the dude with all those crazy theories about Expedition Rune, recipe unlocks, all that shit was wrong? I don't know. I have no idea. That was definitely not the case. Pretty fast English with me, but if you can share your actual Chart Ninja on MOBA or YouTube, it would be great, helpful. Yeah, you just do this. I got you. I got you, man. Just do that. Boom. If you go Gemling, go Fork instead of Adonia's. The quality that Gemling has makes it stronger than Stormweaver. Yeah, sure. Yeah. I believe that Gemling with Fork is stronger than Stormweaver with Adonia's. Yes, I agree. I agree. Yes, I agree with that. I didn't catch your explanation about Trinity. Oh, Trinity is just like, if you're on YouTube, you can just backtrack it. You can just rewind and just catch it again. Just rewind to that point. In the guide, the Heart of the Well you recommend with Energy Shield, but is it possible to have one with Energy Shield or need to be crafted in some way? You can just find it with Energy Shield, but I wouldn't go with Energy Shield on Heart of the Well for the late game version. In fact, I don't even think you would really... the only reason you would run Heart of the Well is the gain damage, but you'd only want like one of them. So like Heart of the Well is like a 1 that you want to, because the gain damage is pretty strong. Like gaining 15% damage as, and then gaining another 15% damage as is a pretty strong multiplier. Okay, so now that we have like 40 people in here, we can talk about essentially what's going down, right? So if any of you have watched the most recent video about the whole 7 versus 9 charges thing, I'm actually extremely happy with what happened with that because it hit exactly the goal that I wanted to. I formulated and worded what I said in that video in a very specific manner for a very specific reason, and it worked very, very well. I'm actually very happy about it, but some people are not happy with it. So I'm going to go into a little bit of an explanation in terms of education and scaffolding as to why I said what I did. Okay, so if you read the comments on that video, you will find that there are many people that are disagreeing with the assessment that I came to, and they are correct. They're not wrong. What I said wasn't exactly the truth. It actually isn't 100% correct. You can get to 11 charges, and 11 charges is very powerful. You can still run 9 charges, and 9 charges can be powerful, but it requires some pretty expensive gear to justify being able to do that. I didn't talk about the exceptional tiara in terms of that being a piece of gear. We didn't talk about the life sprig or the Adonia's legacy that you could put into the Adonias. We didn't talk about more about snapshotting the Adonias. There's a bunch of things we didn't talk about, right? We literally vacuumized it down to, all right, you're at the point of the build where you can choose between 7 charges and 9 charges when you're just starting the Adonia's build, right? And there are like so many creators that are saying, hey, 9 charges is going to be better than 7 charges, but there's not like expansion as to, well, when does it become better? Because for most people at that point, 9 charges isn't better. And so, and for most people at that point, getting to 11 charges is really expensive and out of their reach. So why did I word it the way I did? Because the way that I worded it, technically, when we're talking about technicality, I was wrong. And I know I was wrong. And I worded it that way on purpose. So this is where we're going to talk about learning scaffolding and what I had as a personal experience when I was learning chemistry. So like I said, I have my bachelor's in kinesiology and a master's in human physiology. And the only way that I was able to do that is I took organic chemistry. So I have taken calculus and I have taken organic chemistry. And there's something that's very interesting that happens when you start learning pretty advanced topics in college. Okay. So when I was in general chemistry 2, we were learning about reduction and oxidative reactions. And we were finding out that you can have reactions go in both directions. So you could have things that go in one direction or another direction. And on top of that, you can also have instances where molecules and atoms are going to form compounds that have positive or negative ions, being like positive or negative charges. So for those of you who are sitting here like, what the fuck does that mean? Don't worry about it. Just stay with me. I promise it's going to make sense here in a second. All right. The thing is that we were all stunned by this. We were like, what the fuck? Like, what do you mean it can do that? Because when we, by the way, thank you very much for the gifted subs. When we took high school chemistry and most of general chemistry 1, we were taught that pretty much every compound, every molecule, every atom combining is trying to essentially form 8 valence electrons. They want 8 valence electrons and they want their charge to be 0. And if they can't get their charge to 0 and they can't share 8 valence electrons, whether it be through covalent bonds or ionic bonds, then they just don't mix. They don't mix, they don't combine. They just don't do it, right? But then all of a sudden we're learning, well, actually, that's not the truth. This is actually something they can do. And we're like, what? Wait a minute. That means that what we learned in standard chemistry was a lie because you're telling us that that's actually not the truth. This is what can happen. And I remember my professor looking at me and saying, actually, yes, it was a lie. It was a lie. We lied to you. And the reason we did that was because you needed to understand what they're trying to do before you understood why they're combining in a certain manner. Because if we just told you right from the get-go that you can combine molecules or atoms in any way and create any charge with it, then you would believe that anything can combine with anything, and that's not true either. You needed to understand the intent of what was trying to happen before you got to this point. And fun fact, what I'm teaching you today is also a lie. Because when you go into organic chemistry and you start finding out about electron orbital pathing and spins, you're also going to find out that what I'm teaching you today is a lie because it's not working exactly the way that I'm saying either. And we were like, what the fuck? So we're being lied to in order to understand the basic concepts. Correct. Yes, That's exactly what's happening. And when I started thinking about like how you go through life and how you learn information, this is literally what happens to us in our everyday lives. We're not given the full story when we're children. We don't. We're given a piece of information to understand the basic topic. And as we get older, we learn more and more in depth about what's actually happening. And what we learned as kids was kind of a lie, but we needed to understand the basic concept first before we understood the advanced topic, right? And so when I dropped the video I did, there are two major populations. There are two major populations in Path of Exile 2. There are the elite players and there are the casual players. And then you have a very small population of advanced players kind of right in between. And my goal is to narrow that gap. I don't want to narrow the gap by bringing the elite players down. I want to narrow the gap by bringing the casual players up. But in order to do that, I have to talk the way that I did, which is being kind of incorrect to get the basic topic across. And you want to know how I know it worked? You want to know how I know that what I presented actually worked? Because all the casuals, and when they were responding, it wasn't, oh, cool, thanks for the information, bye. And the elite players didn't go, no, you're wrong, bye. That's not what happened. If you read those comments, you read the engagement, that is like one of the most highest engaged videos I've ever had. Like, people are going into depths. They are literally writing paragraphs. The casual players went, that's an interesting thing that you said, but what about this? Congratulations, you understood the topic. You are now expanding your curiosity and expanding on the thinking of it because you understand the topic. If you didn't understand the topic, you wouldn't say, but what if? Congratulations, I achieved that one. And for the elite players, they went, I understand your argument, it's sound, but this is actually the truth. Awesome. Now the casual players have another answer as to where they can go based on the information they gave. So from both populations, I just achieved really good discourse between both populations to learn together. And I was so fucking happy about that. I was like, that is exactly what I wanted to happen. And yes, I was wrong. And I'll say I was wrong. I was wrong on purpose. I did it on purpose. I wanted to be wrong because the only way I could have been correct was to write or make a 45-minute video that talked about every single push-pull interaction with advanced mechanics with gear that is out of reach for 95% of players. And I would have lost 90% of the audience within the first 2 minutes of the video. So yeah, I can be absolutely correct, but that's not my goal, is to be absolutely correct. My goal is to educate. My goal is to bring people together and to talk together. And that's exactly what happened. So, with that being said, I understand people's opinion on that. Maybe, well, no, you were just wrong and you're just coming up with some bullshit explanation. That's fine. You're absolutely allowed to have that. You're absolutely allowed to have that perspective. I'm not telling you that you don't have to have that perspective. I'm just explaining where I'm coming from. You guys have been part of this community for a while. And I really do put a lot of effort into making sure that like things are there. And I do learn. There are many instances where the chat's come in and told me I'm wrong. And I have admitted, yeah, oh, wow, shit, I was wrong. All right, let's go ahead and do this. So when it comes to the videos and I'm presenting it the way that I am, understand where I'm coming from is that I'm teaching you topics, but I'm leaving out specific things on purpose so that you understand the basic topics. And by understanding the basic topics, you can now understand the advanced topics, because you couldn't just understand the advanced topics right out the gate. Imagine trying to teach someone who's never played Path of Exile what the fuck is happening with these advanced mechanics with metagems. Do you think that they would give a fuck? Or do you think they'd be like, this is too advanced, I'm leaving? You gotta start small, and you gotta scaffold the information up. And when you do that, then people become interested. People want to learn. So yeah, I lied to you. Yes, I was wrong. But I did that on purpose. In that vacuumized situation where we're talking about you don't have all the crazy gear, you literally have a choice between going between 7 charges and 9 charges. And that's it with the low budget gear that you can do. Minus Jaquani's thesis. You just put in a mana cost efficiency thing. I should have said that. That was literally a mistake on me. I should have actually offered something other than Jaquani's thesis, because Jaquani's thesis is like 500 fucking divs. So like, I'll take responsibility on that. I fucked up on that one. My bad. But the idea is that you have a low budget thing, you're just entering the build, and you can choose between going between 7 charges and 9 charges. And in this situation, in this vacuum situation where you are in the build, 7 charges is going to be better for you. Until you get better shit. And then all of a sudden, maybe 9 charges and 11 charges is better, because you got some pretty cool interactions that are going on. but you wouldn't know about those interactions until you understood the basic concept of what's happening at 7 charges. Because now you're thinking, okay, yes, I can get the 9 charges, but what other things can I do to make up for it? So this is what I was trying to get across. So that's the conversation. I'm just gonna leave it there. I just wanted to explain it to you guys so that you know. You can either hate me and be like, that's full of bullshit, you were just wrong, you can leave, and that's totally fine. You can be like, oh, that's an interesting topic. Okay, cool. Thank you for the information, and then move on with our day. So that's that. I hope you enjoyed that explanation. Today, what are we doing? We're gonna be doing some crafting today. I need to upgrade my gear. I got a lot of divs. And we can do a lot of really cool shit. So I'm gonna think about what to do. I know how to craft the helmet. I know literally how to craft the helmet. I'm not exactly sure on how to craft the boots or to craft the chest piece, and I desperately need all 3 of those. I need a chest piece, I need boots, and I need a better chest piece, I need better boots, and I need a better helm. And I got like 4,700 divs, raw divs to play with, on top of all the things that I could liquidate. So I'm probably at around like 5,400 divs that I can do to kind of have fun with this shit, as well as I already have the bases for the boots and the helm. So we're kind of already set when it comes to that stuff. So today, there's probably not going to be a lot of play, more than there's going to be a lot of crafting, just to kind of get the build kind of up and rolling. But for the meantime, I'll go ahead and take a break and a breather and let kind of people talk based on that, and we'll get to it here in about like a minute or two. Ooh. So the goal today is to move into a higher bonus crit damage build. Eventually, yes, but I don't think that's going to happen today. I think that might happen either tomorrow or the next day. So a lot of upgrades we got to make in order to do that one. Is level 82 enough to switch to the Adonia Trifusion? No, you need to be 88. So the spell and the amulet, COC, COE, Trinity, does it matter as they all cost 100 spirit, right? So if we have, do we have a crafting vid? Amulet is so expensive to buy. Unfortunately, that amulet is also very expensive to craft. There's really no way around it. Cast on Elemental Element is the best one that you can choose, but it's also the least expensive. It's also the most expensive. It's the most expensive to craft, and it's the most expensive to buy the base, but it is the best option. If you're just looking for it to work, then yeah, you can go ahead and do COC. But if you do COC, you're going to lose 9 spirit. And if you choose Trinity, you're going to lose 15% skill speed. If you choose Cast on Elemental Element, you don't really lose much because the quality on it doesn't really do anything. If I was to swap to Fork as a Gemling, what weapon set 2 passive should I invest in if I don't need charges anymore? Would you just recommend following you on Sork? I mean, I honestly don't know much about the Gemling Fork build, so I would follow another content creator who's really going in deep into that one and learn from them. I'm more of a Sork guy, so I can't give you good information on that, and I don't want to give you wrong information. So I would go find another source of information on that one, but I do know that Gemling with Fork is objectively better than Sork with Adonias. What do you think on the COE Comet Blood Mage versus Spellweaver Trifusion, clear speed wise on T15, max corruption, T16s? Well, T15 and T16s are child's play, bro. We got to compare expedition clears, so we don't want to compare. Like, if we're going to compare properly, we want to compare expedition clears, not T15, T16. T15, T16 is like one cast, literally like 3 screens of shit is dead because the damage just gets so high. So it's not really a good comparison to have. I would actually compare more in terms of the expedition. Now, I don't necessarily know how good the Cast on Elemental Element Comet Blood Mage is because it's not something I've really looked into. All I can do is talk about the Stormweaver with the Trifusion build on Expedition and help you out with that one. Maybe a dumb question, why Arc over other options like a fire damage skill? I want to have 3 main damage to be fire, ice, and lightning. Good question. So Arc is increasing our shock value. So when we run Strike twice with Overcharge, Commiserate, and Arc's natural ability to increase the magnitude of shock by 50%, on top of the 30% that we have our gloves and top of 30% from Breaking Point, all of a sudden the shock value that happens from the Arc becomes like 71 or 72%, and it does it twice. So you're getting this 142 to 144% damage multiplier to all of your damage when you're running Arc, because Arc just multiplies everything into the sky. So that's the reason we do that. Also, Arc is just absolutely the fucking goat of AoE clear for all the small shit. So when Arc goes off and it kills all the small shit, when the comets drop, the comets aren't going to aim on things that are already dead or have low health. They're going to aim the things that have the high HP and actually be more useful for you. That's the reason why we run Arc. Oh, what's going on here? Go away. Here's what. No, you can just like go to the other page. Go to the other. Okay, there we go. I'm loving this. What's the best way to level the build to 88 after getting the maps? You want to use Varashta. You don't want to use this build. You want to use a Varashta build. Varashta is really, really strong because it doesn't need any gear and it just does really good damage. So I would use Varashta. I think a little update on the MOBA trees would be nice. There are several mistake assignments that do new players are in error. Yes, so Mobalytics cannot properly actually allocate specific things, which is why I say right underneath it, like you need to go to this page and actually see what the tree looks like. Like it's a little Imgur or like image file. Because Mobalytics can't properly allocate like from Night Thing or Time Lost Diamonds or Megalomaniac and stuff like that. Like it's not actually allocating them correctly, so it doesn't even show up on the tree. So if people are literally just reading the tree and it's a mistake, they didn't scroll down the extra 2 inches to read the part that says, hey, this is incorrect and it can't allocate it properly. You need to open up this image file, and that's the tree that you want to run. Not better to swap to Covenant and forget about mana cost efficiency? I actually don't even know what that is, to be honest. That might actually be a better option, but I'm not sure about what Covenant is. Hell yeah, brother. With the 5, get the subs. Thank you very much. Appreciate that, man. Thank you so much. Thanks for all the work on the build, of course. Of course, of course. Okay. So, essentially what we want to do is we kind of want to take out all of the pieces of the gear that we have that are giving us resistances and basically find out what resistances we need to achieve here. So the 2 main ones that we're going to need are going to be cold and lightning. So we need double resistances on cold and lightning, and we need a triple resist on fire. Okay, so what does this mean that we need for our gear? What we need is that we're gonna need either cold or fire resist in our boots. Let's see here. We can get cold resistance. Actually, let's see here in terms of. Yeah, the energy shield recharge rate is a fucking miss. We can try to actually go for double. We can try to go for like cold resist and like a fire resist, so like cold and fire in the boots. And then for the tiara, we need a single one. We need a single resistance. And then depending on that, we can go for a double resistance or a triple resistance in our chest piece. Covenant is the Blood Mage Root, converts cost to life cost and gives you life leech or something. Yeah, you can do that, but the problem is that you're going to lose a lot of defensive layer with the energy shield. The 2 ways that we kind of do this is we still run a high energy shield robe, and then we just transfer it with Eldritch Battery. That's kind of like the way that we want to do that with the robe. So essentially the robe, the way it works is that like we're going to take a hit in our energy shield because we're going to run like we're going to run the energy shield percentage is what we want with the spirit, and then we're going to try to run the maximum mana is what we want. But I can't exactly remember how like we hit the maximum mana. There's something else we have to do in order to hit the maximum mana in the robe. So I'm hoping people can kind of help me out with that one. How much resist are we shooting for in a show, assuming buffs during combat will max this out? Well, the reason we're trying to shoot for like nearly max resistances is so that I can re-roll my mage blood to not have bismuth. That's kind of what we're trying to do. We want a duplicate roll of Quicksilver, Gold, and Silver. So like Quicksilver, Gold, Silver, and then the last one needs to be like some duplicate roll. That's kind of what we're looking for. Relying on Stag or Archon to max resist and just run with like 30 resist. You can do that. You absolutely can do that. I think that the best option that you can do, actually, I know that's like, that is kind of the way you want to do it, but I think that you actually, like, that is a way that you can do it. But I think, like, if you can try to hit the resistances as best you can and get close to the maximum resistances, like, if you're at like 65, 70%, you're good to go. Like, it's not like the end of the world. Like, 65, 70% resistances, you're still pretty good. You don't need to have them maxed out at 75%. But like hitting like 65, 70% is still good. And then what you want is this Rite of Golden Passage. You actually want it to be cat. Primate is very strong, don't get me wrong, but you're going to want something like cat. Okay. Yes. Puzzle. Something like that. But the maximum to energy shield, we actually want it to be spirit. Everything else is correct. Everything else is correct, but we need the maximum energy shield, not the percentage maximum energy shield. Actually, no, we actually just need maximum energy shield. Yeah, we don't want percent maximum energy shield. So the reason being is that percent maximum energy shield is not going to transfer with Eldritch Battery. So we actually do want maximum energy shield amount, like just the flat amount one. Yeah, we want that one. So we want the maximum energy shield amount with the 20% increased maximum mana, and then we want the spirit. I don't think my mana can handle cat with Archmage. I already bottomed out, which is why I'm not like the biggest fan of Archmage, dude. Like Archmage, you get massive fucking damage, but you also just completely deplete your mana pool into the dirt, which is why I'm like, I'm not the biggest fan of it. I'm not the biggest fan of that. I think that like running Trinity with still maximizing your mana is still like absolutely the way to go, but I just don't know if Archmage is worth it, dude. I think like I think by taking out Archmage and like running everything else that you can, because when you run Archmage, now all of a sudden you have to like solve the mana issues and you have to like run other things to like solve the resist and the crit and this and this and this and this and this and this to make up for Archmage, which is just depleting your mana. Or you could be like, I'm not going to run Archmage, I'm going to run Trinity. Now I don't need to worry about my mana at all because it's fucking 8,000, so it just instantly regenerates, and it's a fucking extra thing that I can take damage from, so it's another defensive tool. Plus I also now have fucking energy shield, so now guess what I get to do? I can just go fucking cat, I can go full crit hit damage, I can go full damage here, full damage here, full damage here. And is it going to be as much damage as Archmage? No. But I'm going to have like 3 times higher defense. So like I'm able to get 70% of the damage output, but I have 300% better defensive utility. I think personally for Expedition, that's a hell of a lot fucking better. I think that's better. I think that like legitimately making yourself like unable to die, but you're still able to output 70% of the damage of Archmage is like goated. But that's my personal opinion. I don't know if that's actually the truth, but that's my personal opinion on it. Archmage is more sustainable on gemling, and yeah, I agree. I just don't think Archmage is the way to go on Stormweaver, man. I really don't. Like, I love Archmage, and I love the idea of Archmage scaling as hard as it does, but I just like, bro, if you could just go, you can go maximum fucking spell skills. You can go ape shit with like the cost multipliers and everything because of all the mana cost efficiency you have. You can go all full crit on cat. You can go fucking ape shit on cast speed. You can go so hard into all of these other multipliers that like, yes, you're not going to hit as hard as Archmage, but you can't fucking die because you have all of this fucking mana and you have all of this fucking attack speed and shit, and it's just going to trigger really well. And I just think that's the better option, but I don't know. That's the one I'm going for right now. I'm going to go for a non-Archmage version mana stacking variant. I'm like, that's what I'm going to try to go for. Stormweaver needs a change just to be able to get mana leech from our ascendancy, like how Gemling gets quality and Oracle has both its own tree and being able to get points around the keystone not connected to the tree. Yeah, I mean, they just don't like the idea of having mana leech, but then they give like some type of leech to other classes, but they just like, they're so hardcore and like, no, Sorks are not going to have mana leech, but instead this is what we're going to do. We're going to give you a bunch of mana cost efficiency, except for the problem is that by giving us mana cost efficiency through fucking gear, you've given the mana cost efficiency to everyone fucking else, rather than giving it to us. I think, honest to God, this whole, like, this part of the tree right here needs to be replaced with mana cost efficiency. It needs to be, like, instead of Arcane Surge, it needs to be called, like, Mana Surge or something like that. And then right here, you see how it's, like, increase effect of Arcane Surge per 10% missing mana? Dude, make it, like, fucking increased mana cost efficiency per 10% of missing mana. Like, that would make it dope. That would make it, you know, something there, right? Like, you need to build mana cost efficiency into our build if that's the direction you want to go. If you don't want to give us mana leech, then you need to give us some type of mana cost efficiency that's, like, directed towards our class. Rather than, like, hey, everybody, everyone can have mana cost efficiency. Congratulations, you haven't solved the problem with Sork, you just solved the problem with mana for every other class, and every other class can use mana better than we can. All right. So, the question is, do we want to craft these things or do we want to buy these things? On an armor, you want the 20% fractured for divining, but flat spirit is stupidly rare if you want T1. I don't need T1. I just need T2. T2 is fine. Like, my spirit right here is T5, and it's still enough. I just need more than 40. I just need more than 40 spirit. That's it. I do not need T1 spirit. I just need 40 spirit. That's it. That's all I need. If I can get 40 spirit, we're solid. So I do not need a strong spirit roll. Have you found any use cases for grabbing that last Elemental Storm Ascendancy node? Not really. No. Does Fire Pen do something in this build? Got my Melagaros. No. No. Penetration in this build at all for anything doesn't do anything. Because Heavy Frost does all the work because Rockiatas does all the work for freezing the targets, and once the targets are frozen, then Heavy Frost does all the work for us, so we don't need any penetration. Okay, so do we buy the base, like with this already fractured with the 20%, and then try to craft it at that point? Will you at some point make a Temporalis version? Probably not. Probably not. Pen is not a dead stat when you first start this build, but Pen is a dead stat once you're able to get Rockiatas. Penetration and curses are something that you need to do before you get Rockiatas, but once you have Rockiatas, you don't need any curses and you don't need any penetration whatsoever in the build. Until then, you need cold penetration and you need to run elemental curse. Once you have Rockiatas, you can drop all that shit. You don't need any of it. Okay. All right, who wants to be the teacher today? So let's first do this. We need a Vile Robe. And we need Fracture. Maximum Spirit, or we need Fracture, mana, percent. Increase maximum mana. And it needs to be 20. And endgame filters, corrupted, no. I like the fire and the chaos resistance on this. I don't like this desecration at all. And I don't like the maximum life roll. Why does he have so many fucking prefixes? You don't like 20%? Can I go higher than 20%? You don't like 20% quality. I see what you're saying. You want to quality it higher than 20%? Search for 2 open slots. Okay. I mean, these are two open. Are you talking about like open slots, like they're not touched? Like 2 augmentable sockets is what you're talking about? Like that. Oh, I see. It's a gem. It's a gem that's giving the 20% increased maximum mana. I see what's going on. Okay. And then this one already gives me the cold and the lightning resist, which is super sick. I think 36% is T2, though, isn't it? The desecration is the one that needs to be the spirit. I mean, like, this is the biggest bang for the buck because I can just, like... do some cool shit to it. Now, is the increased maximum mana, like, does that count as a prefix roll? It can't, because it's literally just added, which means we have 3 prefixes right here. Yeah, so we need to Omen of Light this shit. So your armor can actually roll 7? Can it roll 7? Can it roll 7 things? Because the gem is giving you, like, the 20% maximum mana? No, you can only get 6. It is a prefix. Got you. So 96 to maximum energy shield is T1. The gem just lets you roll 2 soul modifiers. You can roll soul modifiers. And one of the soul modifiers is maximum mana. And then from there, you fracture it. I got you. I'm understanding. I get it. So for this, I mean, this is a pretty good grab then, right? Like, we can do some shit with this. Like, we can like, reverse craft this shit, right? Like, I mean, the 96 to maximum energy shield is fantastic. The 2 resistances are fantastic. I feel like this is a pretty good bargain for 200. I feel like it's a decent one to go for. Yeah, I'll just grab this. It's fine. Because if we need to, we can just annul it down. Like, this is what we want. We got the 3 socket vial robe. What's the item level on it? The item level is 80 though. That means I can't get T1 resistances on it. See, that's the problem. I can't get T1 resistances on this because it's not item level 82. I don't want that. I need an item level 82. That's the reason why it's 200. The reason why it's 200 is because it's item level 80. And I ain't about that shit. Cheapest 82 is 320. Yeah. Okay, then fuck it. I mean, I'm sorry, but like, brother, that's what we have to do. This is item level 82 with a fractured increased mana for 280. Do we take it? We just fucking take that, right? 280? 280, we just take it and we just fucking roll the shit out of this? Yeah, we just take this shit. I'm taking it. I'm taking it. Fractured, double-socketed, level 82. Yeah. Confirm? Everyone confirm this is what we're going for? Because I feel like this is absolutely the best buy. 100%. We're just taking it. Send it. All right, we're taking it. Item level 82, fractured mana 2. Yep. Okay, we're taking it. It's ours. Cool. All right. Oh my god, I need to put my boots on. I'm putting my mage blood on too. Like, I can't move at that speed, bro. It's like bothering me. Okay, all right. All right, so from here, what we need to do is we need to chaos the ever-living shit out of this. The thing is what do we want to chaos it to? What's the thing, like, what's the most difficult role that we chaos this thing into? And it's either going to be the spirit or we desecrate the spirit. And I feel like desecrating the spirit is the better thing. But, like, if we go for the spirit for the chaos, which is the hardest roll to hit, then what do we desecrate for? Just, like, a resistance? Spirit percent. Would spirit percent be better than raw spirit? So you don't want to... I mean, like, we need to chaos something. We have one roll here. We want to chaos for some type of fucking prefix. I would assume you want to chaos this for, like, either T1 spirit or T1% spirit. You'd chaos for T1 resist. And then what? Desecrate for the spirit? Ooh, that's big. I like that. Chaos for T1 spirit and then desecrate for spirit percentage? Or do we T1 spirit then desecrate for percent energy shield? That's a good one too. I do all 3 resist first. But do we want all 3 resist? Because if we're going for maximum mana, don't we want that last roll to be intelligence? Or do we care? Yeah, see, that's the thing. Like, we don't need to go for T1 spirit, and like, we don't need that much spirit. We can get that much spirit, but we don't need that much spirit. There's no skills in our bar. Like, we already have all of the spirit that we need. There's nothing else we can run. We're good on spirit. Then T1 energy shield is the way. That's what I thought. And is it T1 maximum energy shield or T1% maximum energy shield? It would be just maximum energy shield, right? Will you be Eldritch Battery? Yeah, I do want to kind of shift into the Eldritch Battery variant. Affixes resist. Then whittle the prefixes as they aren't that bad, and T1 suffixes are safe from whittle. That's smart. That's actually really smart. I like that. I like the way you're going. So this is the way you do it. That's actually super smart. That's actually super fucking smart. Okay, so the way that you do this is that you desecrate the prefix, and you actually just roll for all 3 of the suffixes. Then when you hit the prefix with it, then what you do is if it doesn't hit what you want, you just fucking whittle perfect chaos slam it until it hits the fucking roll that you want. That's fucking smart as shit. That's 100% the way we do this. You just go for the suffixes first. Yeah, nah, that's it. That's it for sure, dude. That's it for sure. Yeah. I actually did the whole thing without desecrate since I wanted the extra suffix at the end. Isn't whittle perfect chaos like 20 divs per try? Yeah, but like, I mean, anything when you get to the last roll, everything's gonna be fucking expensive, bro. everything's gonna be fucking rough when you're trying to create perfect gear. So I think we're okay. So what are you running in terms of the extra suffix then? I was whittling with graders. Oh, nice. So what are you going for your fourth suffix then? If you're going for max mana, wouldn't Grasping Mail be a better base? No, because we're going Eldritch Battery, and Eldritch Battery the Vile Robe has the highest base energy shield. That's where we're going. I linked you the armor. Oh, okay. Was this the one that you were talking about? Hold on. Increased spirit reservation of skills. 12%. That's pretty hot. How the fuck did you hit that? That is exactly the piece of armor that I want. Except that, okay, if I have the amount of spirit that I have, which is 288, let me do a calculator here. And we're getting 12% increased. That is literally 12% less, so it's just times 0.88. Just 253 minus the 288. So you're getting 34.56 spirit with that roll. But that does allow you to now have 2 prefixes for big energy shield. Can we make that work, though? Yes, because I can just take out... Where is it? I can just take out either Mysticism. I can just take out Mysticism and make that work. We literally just take out Mysticism and the reservation efficiency works. All right, Johnson. You're the one taking the lead. How do we do this? So we're going to Chaos for T1 resist. Is that what we're going for? What about a good notable passive instead on the prefix? Ooh, that would be good too, but we want 2 prefixes. We can't get... Can we get 4 prefixes? Is that like a thing we can do? Can you get 4 prefixes? You can always have boots with plus 15 spirit if needed. That's true. We can do that. We can do that. We can do that. There's ways that we can fix the spirit, so I don't think we need to really worry about the spirit so much. Then double Exalt Slam with Perfect Exalt to try to hit the second... To hit a second T1. No, you can't get a 4th prefix. So you can only get 4 suffixes. Well, if that's the case, then fuck the notable. Fuck the notable. We just go for the 2. We just go for that. Like this fucking thing he's got. That's a beautiful fucking piece of armor. How'd you get the +1 suffix modifier allowed, though? Was that a rune socket that you have? It was. You're putting in a rune socket that gives you the extra suffix modifier. That's Astrid's, yeah. Okay, cool. I have Astrid's creativity. So we're good on that. I'm pretty sure I do, actually. Hold on. Maybe I don't. I guess I don't. I thought I had Astrid's. That's fine. It's not a big deal. So then there's no real good notable passive that would be worth putting on prefix now. No. All right, so we're just gonna Chaos Slam. I'm just like figuring out the crafting recipe here. All right, so we're just Chaos Slamming this bitch until we hit T1. Got it. A T1 resistance is what we're going for. Yeah, that's pretty hot. All right, so we got the T1 cold resist. Chaos Foretell 1 resist, then double suffix perfect exalt. If you don't get a T1, you annul it down and start over. Once you have 2 T1 resists, you whittle the third. Sounds smart. Alrighty, you got it. So we got our perfects, and then we're gonna need only add suffix modifiers, greater exaltation. Yep, like that. Only add suffix, and we'll add 2 modifiers. Yep. Give me the green light, Johnson. By the way, Johnson, I would actually suggest coming to Twitch because YouTube is always going to be behind, so you have to like keep clicking live over and over and over again. Cool, let's do it. Okay, so now we just annul it down. And then we chaos again, and we keep doing it again until we hit what we want. Ew. T2. It's really hard to get the resist. I didn't expect it to be this hard to get the resist. Hits against you have reduced critical damage bonus effects because you could become so incredibly tanky. Yeah, that would be good. Won't it be cheap just to buy? Yeah, but what's the fun in that shit, dude? That's big. All right, we need more chaos orbs.
It's you.
That sounds good to me. I'm gonna need
Let's see if there are
all the chaos orbs I can get. There we go. Got the lightning resistance. Okay, now from here, slam again. See if we get the T1 resist. We did not. We got a T3 cold resist, so we annul it down again. And then sometimes we might get lucky where we actually don't hit the resist, right? Sometimes. But mostly not going to happen. Having the soul mods in that, yeah, I got you. Oop. Ooh. Okay, cool. Got it. Let's go again. Didn't hit, but I hit the T1 int. I like the intelligence. I like the T1 intelligence hit. I really do. Oh, man. I like the T1 intelligence hit. Look. Int isn't 82, so it isn't safe. Ah, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. In terms of the whittle. In terms of the whittle. You can take int as a settle as third. Got you. As a settle as the third one. Got you. Okay, yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Well, Mephistodor, Mephisto BR, if you have a bad one or a better crafting material or crafting solution, go for it. Let me know. Desecrate T1 life gen to block it. To block what? Then slam, exalt, and whittle for T1 res. Ah. I don't know. Isn't that more expensive, though? Because you have to keep fucking using whittles? Because when you annul, you can annul the life regen off, right? An Omen of Light life regen. Well, if I get life regen as T1, we'll stop there. So I'll be paying attention to it. T2. All right, well, I'll be listening. Okay, we can do it the other way. So looking for increased life regen is what you're saying. Okay. That's T2. We want T1, right? You're looking for T1 life regen? Oh, you want to desecrate T1 life regen. I see what you're saying. You desecrate T1 life regen to block it. Then because you have that, then you slam exalts and you whittle for greater T1 reses. Ah. Repeat until you have all resist. That can take 5 Omens of Light and 5 Whittlings, yeah. That is more expensive. You should never use Whittles unless it's the last mod before Desecrate. I kind of agree with that one. Yeah, there's a lot of cost to that one. There's a lot of cost that goes into doing that. I think we had the good one. We were doing. We're going for the T1 res and the max slam. That's the T1, I'm pretty sure. So that's a suffix, but you want to desecrate it. It's what that's what he's saying. You want to desecrate it, but you want to desecrate for the T1 life regen. That's hard, dude. Like, you want to desecrate for it? If you desecrate for the life regen, it can take a lot of rolls, bro. It can take a lot to get there. That's really expensive, man. That's really, really expensive to get that. And then from there, it can be cheaper, but in order to get the desecrate on the T1, no need to be T1, just life regen. Okay, I see. I see. I see what's going down. You can do it at that. You don't have to light at that step. I see what's going on. I see. I'm picking up what's being put down here. Okay. So in this situation, we need to chaos it one more time. Now, when you annul, can you annul a desecration? Like, when you annul and you have a desecration, does it annul everything else before the desecration, or can the desecration be a target of the annul? I don't know what yes means too. Which one? The first one or the second one? Desecration can be a target of the annul. Okay. With that being said, then what's happening here is you're rolling to block it. And then when you do a Chaos Slam, like, you can't hit the T1 res unless you just keep whittling it for the T1. There's no way that's the right way. Nah, dude, there's no way. There's no way that's right. How the fuck do you... Okay, so how do you hit the T1 res then without just hitting fucking whittles over and over and over and over and over again? There's no way, bro. That's like... That's so fucking crazy expensive. There's no way that's better. You have to hit T1 life regen in order for that to even work for the whittles. Yeah. That's not it. That's not it. Nope. Okay, there's the T1 there. Didn't hit it, so we annul it. Damn. I'm hoping one of these days it doesn't actually hit the resist. But that's a hard ask. That's T2. Yeah, so it needs to be 41%. That's still T2. Oop, there we go. Okay. Slam! Didn't hit it. Go again. Is there not an omen for an ult to annul the worst mod that'll save the best? No, there's not an ult. That does not work that way. No. Hey, we actually hit. I don't have to go for that. See, that's the one I was waiting for. The double annul into like not hitting the T1 res is nice. Nope. We go again. Damn. I just need two. Some hideout warrior shit right here. I love crafting, though. It's so fun to do crafting. There it is. That's the T1. There it is. We got the double. Okay, now what do we do? Okay, we got the T1. So now we're whittling. But isn't life regen like that's the worst one? Okay, we're good. Nope. It's targeting the life regen. For whatever reason, it's targeting that, so we're gonna go with that. So that's what we do. We use perfect chaos orbs. No, you was using greater chaos orbs, weren't you? We're gonna need some whittles. We're gonna need some whittles. We're gonna need like 5 of those fuckers.
All right, your order is registered.
Look, I got 4 perfect chaos orbs. We might as well, right? Like, fuck it. I already got the 4 perfect chaos orbs that I found, so we might as well use them. Huh. I feel like the Chaos Orb, we need the one that's like it only rolls into a suffix. I think I fucked that one up. I think it's Dextral Eraser. No, what is it? No, that's it will only remove a suffix modifier. So you literally just keep hitting this shit until it hits a T1 res? Fuck me, homie. Damn. That's rough, brother. That's that's a rough one, dude.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
That's why he was using graders. This kept its cost like 200 divs. It can. It absolutely can. Oh man. And like yeah, oh my god, brother. That's so fucking expensive. Holy shit. Like you want to use perfects, but like I don't know what so graders can roll it from what T5 to T1 and perfects are T3 to T1, right? This chess piece is gonna be like fucking so expensive to buy, bro. I couldn't imagine trying to buy this chess piece. But we're gonna have fun with it because I got the currency for it. So fuck it, we're doing it live. Streamer live. Yeah, but like we gotta use like perfects, right? Like you gotta use perfect chaos orbs for this shit. Like I feel like using graders, like oh my god, the whittles are so fucking expensive, bro.
Yes?
I feel like you need you need perfects for this, bro. It's gonna be a bad time. Yeah, exactly. The whittlings are so expensive, you might as well go for it. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Wait. Oh. That's not what we want, but that's kind of cool. I mean, that's not what we want, but that's kind of cool, right? Wait. Hold up. Wait. Wait. Hold up. Hold on. Wait. That's pretty good. That's a profit craft all day. Yeah. Hitting the 20% roll, my lord. Put it on before finishing. Oh my god. This is a profit craft, right? God damn. What do I do? Where do I go from here? Because it's a profit craft. Just means it's not something for my build. Is the percent spirit a prefix? Yes, it is. The percent spirit is a prefix. You can always desecrate for regular spirit now. Yeah. But I think what I want to do, like, oh man, you can't do that. Like you'd have to perfect exalt and just hope to God it hits something fucking strong in the prefix. That's kind of what we have to do. Check what level it needs to hit. It needs to hit T1% or it's cooked. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like we need to desecrate. We need to desecrate the prefix and we need to go for the triple resist. Like I feel like that's the thing we have to do. We have to desecrate the prefix and then we have to go for the triple resist. But if I do that, then you can't add the last suffix modifier. Like I can Omen of Light it and go for the triple resist. and we can essentially like use sinistral annulments, and then like, man, that's rough. That's so fucking rough, bro. If you desecrate the suffix to block with a level 81 mod, you can whittle the prefix. Yeah, but we don't want to whittle the prefix. I feel like in order to hit this profit caft, we are gonna be going through fucking routes that are gonna make us want to gouge out our own eyeballs with a rusty spoon. And I don't know if we want to spend time on doing that. Okay, yeah, we can. I can go ahead and check that. Let's see what we got. It's a soul modifier. So this is a level 65. It's level 65, which means when we're whittling, we have to whittle the suffix. But we can't do that. We can't target that. We can only remove. The next chaos will remove something, but we can't. Like the next chaos, I don't know. It's kind of. How does it sell? Yeah, I mean, I could go ahead and check right now. Just like, there's nothing on the market for it, bro. Shit. Let's go ahead and take out the resistances. I just want to take a look at like the fractured mana with this. It's 500 divs. And that's for... Hmm. Yeah, and this is a trash one because it's corrupted. So we need to go to the miscellaneous and say corrupted no. God damn, those things get big. And it's got double resist on it already. So we can go count. And we can go lightning resist, fire resist, cold resist. And we can go 41, 41, 41, and 2. Damn, dog. Fuck. But that guy hit the 59 to spirit with the spirit reservation. So, like, he hit everything. This dude literally hit fucking everything. But he's got the double resistances. He also hit 30% quality, yeah. So, like, it's not going to be this. I mean, we're talking maybe, like, what? Yeah, it's a 30% base with triple, yeah. Yeah, we're talking, like, maybe 1,000 divs, maybe? So, like, the only thing we can do is, like, this profit craft is this. This is one of those where we just, like, we fucking hit the perfect exalt into the prefix, hope for something fucking good. And if it fucking hits, then we desecrate the fucking suffix modifier. Or do we desecrate the prefix? Yeah, I think that's the way that we have to do it. Desecrate the prefix and whittle dextral erasure for the suffix until we hit something good. Yep, I agree. I agree. We have to desecrate the prefix. And then we have to go buy another one of these fuckers and craft it. And then we profit craft this and sell it. Turn off the vial. There we go. Well. There you go, bro. I turned off the vial and it's still... Let's just go body armor. I think it's the energy shield amount. Yeah, it's the energy shield amount is what's causing it. Here we go. Nope. It's still literally only this one. Desecrate an hour later. Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You are correct. All right. So what we're going to do is we're going to... Am I out of perfect exalts? Where am I perfect? Oh, there they are. Okay. So what we're going to do is we're going to perfect exalt the suffix modifier. If it hits something cool, then good. If it doesn't, then what we're going to do is we're going to whittle with dextral erasure and just keep hitting that one until it hits something good. We can also just desecrate the prefix right now. So we're going to go ahead and desecrate the prefix. So we're going to need that one.
Can I help?
And ancients. Rib.
Let's see if there are any takers.
Yeah, so we'll desecrate the prefix. Next to prefix modifier. Okay, so we'll desecrate the prefix. Cool. And then from here, we'll just go ahead and perfect exalted orb and just hit it. Hope it hits something good. Hit life regen, which is terrible.
Can I help?
So now we re-roll the life regens with the dextral erasures, right? And we're just trying to hit something like decent. And then from there, we go actually like desecrate and see what we can hit. Yeah, yeah. 30 divs per attempt is crazy. Yeah, it is kind of, but like we'll see what we can get. Like as long as it hits like intelligence, any type of resistance, anything like that, I'm okay with it. But it could be a good profit craft, so I'm gonna go for it. We'll see what happens. Yeah, it's rough. So we need sinistrals or dextral erasures. Go ahead and go for like 3. Do you need to erasure? Yes, I do, because otherwise I'll hit the spirit.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
We'll just do this for now. I mean, do we call it good there? It's a T3. I don't know if I don't know if I'm happy with a T3 triple res. Hell nah. T2 maybe, T3 trash. Okay, cool. All right. Attribute requirements. Yeah, damn. It's the end of the league. We send it. We send it. I get like 4. Let's see what we can hit. Oh, baby. Oh, god damn. Oh, god damn. All right. So now we go hit the now we gotta go Omen of Light and an Ol and all that bullshit. We're gonna need Echoes. We have the Anols. We're gonna need Ancient Ribs.
It's you.
I'll go ahead and grab like 4 of those.
All right. Your order is registered.
And then we'll go ahead and grab our Omens. God damn, those are expensive. Fuck me. Okay. It's already desecrated. Already has the Abyssal Echoes. We're good to go. Put that there. And there we go. So what are you trying to go for? Like, what's the roll? I mean, like, that's not it, obviously, but... What roll are we trying to go for? Percent maximum energy shield? I feel like percent maximum energy shield is the one you want to go for. Or you go for maximum energy shield. Or spirit. Yeah, spirit. Ideally, flat spirit, right? I would think so, because you're just like, you're really harning into the actual spirit. Spirit or mana. Well, there's no mana. We already have the mana. Flat mana exists, by the way, because of soul mods. Oh, shit. All right. Okay, do that. 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 And real. Nope. Oh, well, there's the mana. Is that like the maximum mod, though? Let's see here. Yeah, these are the prefixes. So it's not showing me that I can get the 179. So that must be like up here. No, where the fuck is it then? The desecration modifier? Hell, how do I get that roll? It's the 4th one on that list. I got life. I got life and mana, though. There's no life or mana. Oh. No? I'm so stupid. Oh, there it is. I'm so stupid. Got you. I got you. Sorry. I got it. I got it. I got it. I got it. It's literally right there. Everyone's like, you're a fucking idiot, Otter. Yeah, I'm a fucking idiot. Don't worry about it. That is a decent high roll. I'm not sure it's a great mod for the armor. Neither am I. I don't think that's a great mod for the armor. I think we want to go for, like, flat spirit. Yeah, you can't divine it. I would just go for flat spirit, bro. Honestly. But I'll check the market. Well, I mean, there's nothing on the market that has these rolls, bro. There's literally nothing on the market that has these rolls. So, like, I don't even know how to check the market for this shit. I am curious to see what my mana goes to it with it on, though. God damn, 600 mana from that shit? Fuck me. Yeah, I don't think you're gonna get more mana from Eldritch Battery conversion. Exactly. You would get more from an Eldritch Battery conversion. So, in that situation, I mean, you wouldn't though because it's transferring the 171 over, and if you get percent energy shield, it's not transferring the percent energy shield. It would just roll the flat energy shield, and the flat energy shield being the maximum energy shield here can only roll 96. So you're actually getting more mana from this with the Eldritch Battery conversion. So you get more mana from this. This is like peak maximum mana. And my spirit goes to the fucking sky. What spirit do I get from this? I got a 333. This one goes me to 346. Fuck me, dude. Well, the thing is that it's not all... I'm not sure you... No. Because Eldritch Battery, the way that it works is that it's only transferring the flat energy shield. Not the total energy shield, just the flat energy shield. Regardless, I think this can sell. Like, if they don't like that desecration roll, can't they just keep re-rolling the desecration? You know what I'm saying? Like, if they don't... If they're like, I really don't like that desecration roll, I want to keep re-desecrating it, then, like, okay. So, like... Personally, I keep going for T2 or T1 spirit, but I'm nuts sometimes. Yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, if you get the spirit in, or if you get the fucking spirit in this shit, like well, that's gonna sell. That's gonna sell. If you're able to get spirit on this bitch, it's gonna sell. It's gonna sell hard. Yeah, we go for the spirit. I think we need to go for spirit. That's a lot. It is a lot of rolls. It is a lot of rolls. Well, we'll just see what happens. Rough. That's T1% increased maximum energy shield. Which doesn't really do much. It's not like what we're looking for. I'll just get like, I don't know, 8. I'm going to need a bunch for when I'm doing my crafting stuff, so I'll just go ahead and get 8 of them.
There are any takers. Hail. All right, your order is registered.
That's fine. Let's see what it hits.
What's new?
Okay, yeah, we can do that. Let's see here. Hey, love, what's up? Okay, baby, I will. What am I doing?
I'll post it right away.
And then we need augments. They are. Try putting a couple iron runes in now and qualitating it, see how much, yeah. $501 energy shield. That's not bad, man. And I can masterwork them too, right? I mean, shit, I might fucking use this. Use it without having Adonias on weapon set 1. Yeah, I've been told about it, but I haven't been, like, expanded into it. So we can masterwork those, right? Where's the thing that, like, masterworks it? It's a rune. It's an augment. Gotcha.
Can I help?
Masterwork rune. Thank you.
purchased it right away.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I want to use that. I feel like I should sell it. Like, it's cool, but I feel like I should sell it. Now 30% at YOLO. Doesn't that have, like, the risk of, like, corrupting it? I think I just sell this, dude. I don't even know what to sell it for, though.
Oh, it's you.
I don't even know how to, like, properly search for this fucking item. There's literally nothing on the market. I can't even look for anything. Unless I do, like, a count on the resistances. I don't know, like, maybe, like, what, 600? It's a triple res. With 2020. There we go. Those are pseudos, though. Hold on. That's not right. There's nothing. There's literally nothing. So the pseudos are just like, it's somewhere in there. There's no triple, there's nothing, dude. It does not exist. Here's one. But we already talked about that one, but that one has the spirit to it, with the spirit reservation cost efficiency and the quality. What would that be, like 110? There's nothing, bro. There's literally nothing on the market that has that shit. I don't know what to do. Yeah, I think it's 2K, and we just lower it down slowly.
I'm sure someone will want that. Okay, with that being said, guess what we're doing over the next 30 minutes?
That's right. We're going to go get another base. And we're going to do it again. And then item level 82. Yeah. All right. So, we're going to null this all the way fucking down. Though I do like, I mean, it already, it's T2, dude. It's T2 on the maximum energy shield, and we don't want that, and we want other things, blah, 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 blah. The desecration already, we can reroll the desecration. But it's so hard to hit resistances versus hitting things like the maximum energy shield and shit when we can just like Sinistral and null that shit. So we're going right back to Chaos Jail. Because trying to Dextral annul for fucking resistances is fucking pain.
Have an order?
So I think we just annul this down and just restart. And here we go. Oh. Okay. And that's ritual. Exaltation. And that. Didn't hit it. And we do it again. I'm gonna need some greater exaltations though. Oh.
I'll post it right away.
And I'm gonna need some dextral exaltations. We go again. About to head out. Yep, good luck, man. Have a good one. You too. %18 increased spirit. I'm not falling forward again. I'm not doing that. I want to craft the one I want. Okay. Fuck you, game. That was troll as fuck. Really, dude. I've had a fraction of mana to CDR and played and ended playing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh. That's why we're having fun right now. Holy pain. There we go. Pain. And again. Will you play the release of PoE1? No, I will not. Taking a little bit of break. Damn you, game. I don't know how I hit that 3 times in a row, but that's fucking crazy. Damn you, game. Just give me one. Four times in a row I hit that. Don't understand how I did, but I did. Fuck, dude. It is hard. It is hard to hit this. That's still T2. Yeah. It has to be 41. Ugh, okay. Damn you. Ugh. Wouldn't using Greater Chaos be better? Greater Chaos is like 2.5 the cost of Ring Chaos and kill like 1/3 of possible rolls. That's true. It's true. You can go ahead and use some Greater Chaos. Let's fuck it. Let's do it. There we go. Fuck you, game. I need more perfect exalts.
Let's see if there are any takers. Oh, it's you.
It's crazy that I've missed it as many times as I have. There we go. Fucking Christ. Thank God. All right, now we do this. And we hope to hit. Oh, it's just fucking pain.
Hail.
Ugh. Got 5.
I'll post it right away.
Okay, what was the fucking point of that shit? I guess I'll just see if I can hit it. God damn, that's brutal, bro.
Yes. Can I help? I'll fill that in as soon as I can. Come check out what came in for you.
That is like so fucking insanely brutal, dude.
What's new?
Oh my god. I need the armor though. The armor's huge. Like of all the things I need to craft, the armor is definitely going to be the most expensive one. It's fucking brutal.
I'll post it right away.
What is the point of that? Like, whatever. 9. Sure. Welcome to crafting, where sometimes you hit and sometimes you don't.
Let's see if there are any takers.
God damn, bro. That is insanity. I guess, no, 'cause it's only going to remove that one, and it can just reroll into anything. Fuck. This is like 150 divs or 180 divs every single time we do this. Every single time we try to hit it, it's like 180 divs. We've already dumped like 500 divs into this shit. This is like insanely expensive.
I'll post it right away.
Do I want to settle with the intelligence? I kind of want to because I'm pretty sure I can actually hit the resist caps. I kind of like this because the 33 intelligence is huge. I like that for the mana. You don't need to go. I don't think I need to go triple res here. Yeah, but I'm trying to run a Mage Blade that does not have Bismuth. With Stag, you're completely fine. Yeah. That's if I decide to run Stag, which I don't know if I want to run Stag, but... Fire resist being 67% plus Archon getting me up to 75%, I'm fine. I'm good. Now I just run a single resist, like 40-something percent in my boots and 40% in here, and we're good. Yeah, this is it. This is it. This is what we want. This is exactly what we're going for. Because this now allows me to have what I'm going for here. That would work. That would do it. This would work. Awesome. This is exactly what I want. Amazingly enough, we actually like mistakenly like ran right into what I want because I want a single resist here. I don't want a single resist here. Wait a minute, hold on. Take the cold resist. Oh my god, my cold resist is... So I need a double resist? So I don't have cold resist here. That sucks. Because there's the single resist on that one. That's good to go. Which means I would need to run double resist on my fucking Tiara. If I run double resist on my Tiara, I have to take out critical hit chance. If I take out critical hit chance and I run the 40%, this now allows me... So I need double resist in my Tiara. And by having double resist in my Tiara, being the cold and the lightning, this now allows me to have maximum resistances while I can run cat. That's the one we do. Yep, that's how we do that. My rings have all res on them. They have 14% all res. Yeah, so we have to take out the critical hit chance in our Tiara. And we have to go for a double resist. We have to go for cold res, and we have to go for lightning res. Or we have to go, like, you know, this one obviously is going to need something. We're going to need cold res in the boots. We're going to need cold res in the Tiara. And if you do that, then I can run Mage Blood with Cat without Bismuth. And now I can duplicate it with gold, silver, and quicksilver. And then we are fucking... We got some fucking oomph. We got some power. And that's what we want to do. Yep. Yep. Okay, so from here... We're going to use Sinistral Nulls. Which I have a couple of, which is decent. And we're going to do Greater Exaltation. You're really worried about... Okay. Alright. I'll finish up here in 9 minutes. At 11 o'clock I'm done, okay? Your boots have the slot for res since it has the ES recharge. Yeah. Yeah, but the problem is that the boots already have the cold res, and the cold res is the one that I'm like low on. So I have to have double cold res. Hey, Tiger, how's it going, dude? Good to see you. You can flux it. You can actually have double. So, like, you can flux double resist into, like, 82% cold res, is what you're saying? Oh, yeah, you can do cold, crit, and rarity on helmet, and then I can do cold, and I can do lightning in sandals. That's the way to do it. Yeah, that's definitely 100% the way to do it. You're 110% right. That's exactly right. Well, YouTube decided to recommend your streams. Thank them. Well, thank you, YouTube. Welcome to the stream, brother. So now we're trying to hit the big energy shield. What's the augment that adds the suffix? There's an augment that allows you to have like suffix. There it is. Cyril's Triumph.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can. Yes?
Is it Cyril's Triumph or is it Astrid's Creativity? I'm pretty sure it's Cyril's Triumph. One additional crafting modifier or +1 suffix allowed. Wait. They both say that it's both the same thing, right? Like both of them are the same thing. It's Cyril's. That's what I thought. They are not the same thing. Well, I mean, in this case being, yeah, like an additional crafted, suffix bound can't be removed. Oh, it cannot be retrieved or replaced. Interesting. It's eating the socket forever and ever. Amen. So it's Astrid's then?
I'll post it right away.
But +1 suffix is for 7 mod items. That's what we're trying to do. We're trying to create a 7 mod item here. That's exactly what we're trying to do, is create a 7 mod item. Another essence. Got you. Got you. So it is Cyril's. It is Cyril's Triumph. Got you. So Cyril's Triumph is what we're using. Astrid's is for something else. But it's socket bound, yeah. Gotcha. Well, let's go ahead and see if we fucking hit, bro. And then if we hit the T1, whether it be energy shield or the other thing, then we just keep whittling it until it hits T1 on the other thing. Well, thank you very much, Tiger. I appreciate that. So we'll do this. This is going to add that. Okay, we got the T1 energy shield, so now we just whittle it, right? We just whittle? I mean, I just hit the maximum energy shield. It's just fucking maxed. So now we just whittle this bitch.
Have an order?
It's going to reroll the maximum life. Because we hit T1 on everything, and the resistance is, it's protected. I could literally just sit here and keep rerolling this until I hit the maximum energy shield amount. Or I hit Spirit. That would be cool too. One of the two. Or I hit the other one, being the percent Spirit. That would be fucking crazy if we hit that again. That'd be wild. But yeah, this is what we're going for. That's T3. Not happy. No, I need the energy shield. Also, bricks the prefixes, so you need to prefix and all to clear it. Gotcha. Yeah, no, I'm not happy with that. There it is. Bricked it. Bricked it. And we hope we hit that one because the maximum energy shield is goated. But we're hoping that we hit the energy shield life one and see what happens. Nope, I can't have nice things. And we go again. And we do again. Wait, that's 49 to spirit. Hold up. No, I don't want that. I don't want the spirit. I don't need the spirit. Don't need it. $96 the maximum energy shield. And we got the spirit, which is nice, but that's not what I'm looking for. Wait, hold the spirit. Hold the spirit. Hold. Holding. You did get a sub. Do we reroll the spirit off? I think we reroll the spell. Yeah, we reroll the spirit off. The spirit's getting rolled off for sure. Because we do not need it. Nah, just hit maximum life. We're good. We're gonna need more whittles, and we're gonna need more perfects. Oh, for like 5.
All right, your order is registered.
Why did it do this to me, man?
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
What? Weird. Okay. God damn it. That's so lame that I hit that twice, bro.
It's you.
Oh my god, dude. Like, what are the chances? And of course I can't have nice things. It hits, misses the 50-50 again. Ugh! This is so expensive for no fucking reason, bro.
I'll post it right away.
Feel like I'm gonna need more Sinestral Annulls for this, bro. Never mind. Wait. Damn. Son of a bitch. I'm gonna need Sinestrals. I saw the 111%, and I was like, wait, isn't 110% the max? I was like, god damn it.
I'll post it right away.
It's only Hybrid Life ES that bricks. I know. Isn't that fucking crazy that I've hit it like 3 times now? Ugh. I could divot. But I have to Sinestral and all and hope that like I hit. God damn it. God damn it. Well. Son of a bitch. Son of a bitch. If I hit the fucking perfect exalted orb into the maximum energy shield, then we just desecrate for fucking resistance. And we just have a triple resist, intelligence, increased spirit, fucking maximum mana, intelligence. Like it's just so cranked. It's such a it'll be such a cranked fucking chess piece. And then we just divot into oblivion until we hit all the fucking rolls we want. God. All right, fuck you, game. Going for it. See what happens. We hit maximum life, so no, I don't want it.
Yes.
Going for the 50-50 again. Did not hit. All right. How much have you sunk into this craft so far? A fucking lot, bro. Like 900 divs.
Hail.
You're wasting so. What am I wasting? Like when you do Sinestral, what are you talking about? I'm not profit crafting. You don't need the force prefix and all every time. What do? Just whittle it? Are you saying just whittle it into what you want? And then add another suffix? Like, what do you mean? I only got like 5 minutes and I gotta get going. So like, what are we doing here? If you can whittle safely, that's what I'd do. Yes. Okay. But aren't. Yeah, but like, I don't think I'm wasting much because the whittles are like, they're kind of the same price as the Sinestrals, but I get to utilize them over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Yeah, I don't know. It's like, yeah, I guess we whittle this. I guess that is the key. We just whittle here until we hit, and then we one suffix annul, and then we whittle again until we hit, and then we okay. Yeah, I get it. I get what you're saying. I just don't know if that's going to be more expensive than just having the double hit, because as soon as we use 2 whittles, all of a sudden it's more than just using 2 Sinistral Annulls plus the perfect Exalt Orb. So I'm not for sure, but we'll give it a shot. We'll see what happens. Now.
Have an order? All right, your order is registered.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. I see what I see the strategy that you're going for. I'm understanding what you're saying. I get it. There's no fucking way. maximum life is higher than intelligence is fucking crazy. That means I have to use a sinistral erasure.
Oh, it's you. I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
No, I didn't remove one of the reses. I did not remove one of the reses. Oh my god, T2. Brother, I cannot hit this shit. It's fucking brutal. I might as well buy like 20 fucking Whitlings, bro.
I'll fill that in as soon as I can.
This is like the most brutal craft I've ever had to go through in my life.
Can I help?
Fucking damn it.
Hail.
I might as well get 2 of these things just to fucking protect myself.
Let's see if there are any takers.
T2 again. Fuck, bro. This is so insanity. T2 again.
What's new?
Where's my Sinistral? I just bought 2 of them. Where'd it go? And it just keeps re-rolling the fucking Energy Shield life one, dude. It's like, it's just...
I'll post it right away.
Oh. Oh, I see what you're saying. Again? What the hell is this? They're both the same, so it's a 50-50? Fuck this. I'll finish this tomorrow. I got shit to do. I gotta go. So we'll finish this up tomorrow. Like, it's insane how much I've dumped. It's okay. We're at what was this? 2,000? No, 1,300 into this craft. This is like 1,300 that I've dumped into doing this shit, dude. It's fucking insanity. Golly. All right, I gotta go. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good one.